So, you just told us how you joined Toastmasters.
Yeah.
So you're a comedian as well, aren't you?
No.
No? Yeah, but you lied to me.
I thought I was a comedian because I did quite well in the humorous speaking contest this year. And then I kind of got so much confidence with doing well in that, I thought I'll go and try some stand-up comedy. I did that last week and I found out I'm not a comedian.
Fair enough. How many contests have you entered then?
In terms of an overall contest, I think this is 4 now, but then I'm a member of a few different clubs, so each time, probably about 12.
12?
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've won?
In May, yes. Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. That wasn't with this, that was with a humorous speech, that wasn't the one.
Has anybody got any questions? I'm going to open the floor up now.
How many clubs are you part of, and why are you part of multiple clubs?
So when I first went, first of all I wanted to be able to speak up here, as I was saying in that speech then, and also just to become a bit more assertive and be able to say no. But when you're visiting all those clubs at the start and you still haven't quite learned to say no, and they all asked me to join, so... So I actually joined 3 clubs in the first couple of weeks. At the moment it's 4 because I'm helping start one as well. But it's great, I don't go to the mall every week, I'm not out every night of the week, I normally have like a Friday off. But yeah, I really enjoy it and keep going, because I think if I was at scratch now, if I suddenly went to another country, I'd probably just join one, say, but you kind of, become part of the ones you're in. I don't want to leave any of them, so yeah.
When you're developing, a lovely speech by the way,
Thank you.
when you're developing a speech like that, how do you find the balance between maintaining some spontaneity in the delivery and perfecting every line and every gesture?
Yeah, difficult, I'm not sure I do.
It seems to work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
because I do tend to learn most speeches that I do word for word, and then it is difficult then making them kind of at least seem spontaneous. And now and again I'll do a speech that is just kind of a rough outline in my head, and in a way I prefer delivering them because it does feel a bit more natural. But in terms of ones that I've rehearsed word for word, I suppose the more I rehearse it, trying to make it sound natural, that's the only way to do it really, when they are that type of speech.
What was it that you had to overcome when you first started? What was your biggest fear, and how do you think you've done over time now? What do you think you've challenged yourself with and actually accomplished?
Yeah, so I'd never, ever spoken in public before that time, a couple of years ago. Avoided it completely. I'd left jobs because of it. It was, pretty much had. And so, but then going along that night, even though I kind of made it sound quite brave in that speech, it was actually, I knew what Toastmasters was, and I thought, okay, I'll be brave and go, but I didn't have any intention of doing anything when I got there. And when I got asked about the table topic, I think I thought it was a chocolate bar at first. But then I did it, and I don't know, because I'd been in that situation a lot before, where over kind of my whole life, where I'd been asked to do things, or something might come up in work or college or whatever, and I'd always find a way out of it, even if it was just running and hiding in the toilets or something. And that night I didn't, and I don't know how, but I didn't. And then as soon as you do it, you kind of, it went well. People were laughing. I haven't got a clue what I said. I think they were just laughing at me. But it went well, and I kind of won, and I think that's a huge thing when new guests come and win table topics, and the confidence it can give to them. So yeah, the next week I went back, and as we was getting said in the first speech, it was a contest, and I just wanted to do something, so I entered. My first speech was in a contest, and yeah, just wanted to do as much as possible after that. So I think just standing up here now, kind of answering questions 2 years ago would never have happened, and then I was pinching myself last week doing stand-up comedy because I wasn't funny, but the fact I was going up there doing it was just crazy to me.
How's your little penguin?
Yeah, she's good. She's much older now. First did that speech in my first contest a couple of years ago, so she's 14 now. But yeah, no, she's doing really well. She's got, around about that time, and kind of between 6 and 10, she was struggling a lot, but these cochlear implant things are pretty amazing, and she can hear, and her speech is coming on all the time. And I feel probably at the point now where people might not even particularly notice, even though she would still struggle if if she was in a situation where there was more than one person talking and she didn't have eye contact with them, then she would struggle. But I'm not sure others would necessarily notice that she had an issue, so she's doing well. John?
What is your favourite speech category contest?
I think probably the humorous, because I won it, I suppose. Yeah. And I've just done another one again, so started again. Have you had yours yet?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've just had them, and I've got one that I quite like that I'm doing there. I think I probably enjoy doing the humorous ones more. But then the international one, which I did this speech for last year, I stayed away from the other two for now, but yeah, maybe next time.
Do you know where you're going? Have you got a plan or a roadmap of where you want to get to?
No idea. No,
Just
it's Canterbury tonight.
As it's coming.
No, I haven't really. I kind of feel like I've done so much with it over the last couple of years that I should have some type of plan. But I think maybe a lot of Toastmasters are in that position where they kind of get these skills and then aren't quite sure what to do with them. And that's where I am anyway.
Is there something you do to work on your humour? Or
I
does it
watched
come
Europe
naturally?
last year.
That was when you didn't give a humorous speech.
Yeah, I think, just trying to remember, because the first speech I did, which was a contest speech, was a humorous one, and I did it, and I won in the club that night, but then I didn't really realise what was going on. So there was another member called Dan, who I think the judges got confused with. There was only 3 of us, and the third was disqualified for going over time, but I went out that night thinking I was amazing, and then I went into the area contest, and it was just an embarrassment. I think I finished 6th, and there was only 4 of us. So I kind of decided then that I wanted to really work on it for the next year, and then I did that and won this year, so it was great, but I'm not sure specifically. I think it was probably more picking up what was the difference between something that's funny writing it down and then funny when you're delivering it, which are quite different things.
Okay.
Nikki, last question.
Yeah, so I'm literally just starting my journey and I'm at that petrified stage and I don't know how I'm going to get over it. So at what point for you did it start to get easier, and is there any advice you could give for somebody starting out?
Yeah, so what have you done so far?
This is my 2nd session.
Have you done a tabletop?
Yeah, but
Oh.
I just froze and couldn't actually finish it. So
Yeah, but that's good, you did it. So keep doing that. And I think for me it might be different for people, but I think I got to a point maybe after a few months where I thought, oh good, I've cracked it. And then it'll come back again. You'll kind of be like, you might have a bit of a bigger crowd one day, and the nerves come back. And then last week I was absolutely terrified doing stand-up. So it's not really that it goes away, that feeling, I don't think, of nervousness. It's just that you get used to, the more you keep coming up, you just get used to dealing with it. And so that's the only thing, really, just keep doing it as much as you can. And you will definitely get used to being up here, even though the nerves before probably won't go for a while, if at all.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.